Alright, so this is a battle report on something I did a while ago, so my memory may be a little fuzzy, but I wanted to just get it done and experiment with a few things. This will be an interesting read here, so just bear with me as I try to get through this. Alright, so Alien Hives. Start off with the Veteran Warrior, Heavy Ravager Gun, Slasher Blade, Regeneration. Then I got the Snatcher Lord. Now these guys are really good, so I expected them to do a lot. They have rending, very good defense, or excuse me, very good attack. They scout, strider, so if they can get in your face, they are pretty darn good. Salt Grunts, just to have a bunch of guys to menace the enemy. Wing Grunts, these are the ambushers. They've got 2 snipers, and so the idea with these guys is to get them in behind the enemy and take out their leaders if you can. Hive Guardians, these are the main fighters of the Alien Hives. They are high quality, very good weapons, and they are very tough. Flamer Beast, just something to throw in there to get the points up there. I just printed out the Alien Hives to be kind of cannon fodder for my Dwarves, just to test out the armies. And at this point, with the 1500 putting in the Flamer, I couldn't put in some of the bigger monsters, so this is the biggest monster I could put in there. And basically he's there to thin down a lot of the big units with the 2 attacks, blast 3, reliable. When you get these bigger monsters or vehicles, their quality tends to be 4, so it's always a good idea to get the reliable too, so you get that 2 up hit. Let's go to the Dwarves. Start off with the regular warriors, Dwarf Champion, Plasma Sword, Champion Rifle, and here's the big thing, Battle Lore. That gives his unit +1 armor piercing to shooting. And so that is why I bring a lot of shooty stuff, especially the Rail M rifles. They are deadly. They have magma. You only get 1 shot, and the problem with the Dwarves is that they hit on 4-ups, so these tend to not hit. However, with the Spectrum Scanner, anybody trying to get cover are going to, well, that only happens on defense anyway, but their quality is not the best, so this Rail M tends to not come into play as much as I'd like to, but the medical training, getting regeneration on these guys is a really, really good idea. Then we go to Jetpack Warriors. Now here's the strategy that I have with them. I put a lot of these dual twin glove pistols instead of getting better hand-to-hand weapons. I went with mostly shooty, because the Dwarf Champion has that battle lore, and it only works on ranged weapons. So have the ranged weapons go after them with the twin glove pistols. They get 2 attacks, and they're really going to be AP1. So I'm not too worried about the range like I was with the Warriors. Warriors, I want better range, 24 inches minimum, because they're slow, and you can just play keep away with those guys. But with the Jetpack Warriors, they move regular speed because of the jetpacks. They ambush so they can get into somebody's face in the second round. And with that battle lore, they just start shooting up whatever unit they want to shoot up. So yeah, the twin glove pistols are my choice. Also the iron shotguns with the short range, but they get 2 attacks, AP2, and then you add to the battle lore, now they're AP3. So this is a very hard-hitting unit with that combination. Then you got the Plasma Axe, which is deadly 3, go up against big monsters. Because you get so many shots, I'm not worried about bigger units. I am worried about the monster units, and so the Plasma Axe is there to help out when you have to get close with something big. Flamer Pistol, again, that reliable, really helps out the quality. You most likely are going to hit and then blast 3, so that again you're going to shoot up big units and then you're going to get into the face of monster units. And the reason why is because these shock gauntlets are AP 4, so you can really beat up monsters and vehicles with these shock gauntlets hand to hand. So yeah, they're designed to ambush, shoot up big units, and then go and punch monster units or vehicles in the face. Thunder support, just needed points to round out my force. They are the long range guys that put a lot of shots, just to make sure that you know, since they're slow, they'll be able to reach out and touch people. APC, this is my taxi for my warriors, so to try to mitigate the slowness of the warriors, get them into combat. These things are fast. I got a minigun on there, so basically 6 shots, 24 inches. AP1 makes it a very useful armor APC because of how it helps the warriors, and then on top of that how it can whittle down some units for those warriors. Attack vehicle, again, it just needed points, so testing it out in this game, see how it works out. It gets it has toughness 6, it's fast, and it has Strider. And I like to have the twin heavy fusion rifle because I want to deal with big things with this. Get into the flank, get to their big boy, and do as much damage as possible. Alright, so here's the board. The Alien Hives are going to start off over here. The Dwarves are in this corner. And then we've got 3 objectives here and 2 objectives here. So this is Objective 2, Objective 5. And then I don't know which one is which, but 1, 3, and 4 are back here. So they're a little clumped up and a little clumped up over there. And so that's how we are looking at the board. The Alien Hives, they set up all their guys over here in the corner, Flamers in the back. You've got the Warriors, and then the Guardians are down here. The Snatchers, they scout out over here with the objective to swing around this side here. Of course, the Wing Grunts are in ambush, and the Dwarfs really don't have a lot set up. They've got the attack vehicle back here, you can't see it. APC with the Warriors, Thunder support, and then of course the Jump Jets are in ambush. Aliens start off with hold 6, which is useless because we don't have a 6 marker. Show no mercy, win melee by 3 or more wounds, which is possible, especially with the Snatchers. And lay them low, that's just destroying units. So I have a question about this. Do you hold on to this and then see if you can destroy 6 or more units in the game? And then you count the points? Or do you have to cash it in after you do it, or have to do it in one round? I'm starting to think that you just hold on to it until the end of the game and see if you can rack up as many as possible. That's the way I'm going to play it anyway. I don't know if I did this game, but that's how I'm going to do it moving forward. Dwarf cards, hold 3. You have to control at the beginning and the end. Tactical precision, control any 3 objective markers, which is what you want to do, 3 out of 5. And then control marker 6, this one's useless as well. Okay, turn 1, we have the Alien Hives. As you can see, the Guardians are down here, and they start swinging to the left. Same thing with the Dwarves. Now they swing to their left with the Thunder support. And they're going to take objective 4. The Guardians that are near the middle, they go into the middle where the building is and take cover. The attack vehicle swings over here to contest objective 5 because it's very fast. Then the leader, the veteran, moves up with the Guardians. The APC slides up and shoots at the regular grunts and does one, because they have cover, he only kills one of them. Then the grunts move out to the center to contest objective 1. The APC dumps out its warriors, and the warriors are just going to absolutely obliterate these guys. Yeah, lots of shots. I'm actually surprised how well the Guardians did. However, they failed their morale roll because it's only 5 up. And so now they're in trouble. The Flamer moves up over here and shoots the Warriors. Warriors lose 1 because they have regeneration and they're pretty tough. The Snatchers don't really have a target over here, so they move up and try to cast a spell, which fails, but now they're contesting objective 3. And because these guys are shaken, the Dwarves are able to take objective 1. And the Snatchers take objective 3. This is objective 4, I believe. Yep, objective 4 by the Thunder support. The fast vehicle takes objective 5. And these guys weren't in range of objective 2. So, of course, aliens are getting rid of hold 6 because that doesn't really help them. The Dwarves control 3 objectives, so they get 2 victory points right off the bat, and they drop C6. So yeah, so they get 2 points. The gold are the Dwarfs. And so now the Alien Hives have control objective 1, which is in the center. Show no mercy and lay them low. The Dwarves still have hold 3, seize 3, and have at least 3 units within your deployment zone while no units are within, or at least 3 units within your deployment zone, whilst no enemy units are within your deployment zone. This guy can't be scored at the end of a round, so that's not a good one. So we go to round 2, and the ambush. The Dwarves ambush right in here behind the Snatchers, so that's not going to end well. The Alien Hives then ambush behind the Thunder support. Tried, this is going to be an ambush alley over here. And of course, these guys move in, shoot up the Snatcher. Snatcher's defense is not that great, so they get wiped out. And then these guys here, they got to do 9 wounds, but they do have a lot of shots, and they actually wipe out the Thunder Sport, which really surprised me. I thought the Thunder Sport would hang on a little bit, but they got beat up. Their defense is only 4 for such a tough unit, so this is not good for them. Warriors shoot at the Flamer and do 2 wounds. This guy comes up here, and the veteran just doesn't do anything all game. But he does have the pheromones to get these guys to move in. And then the APC is just going to run right over these grunts. There we go. The Guardians charge the Dwarves and knock out 3 of them. But these Dwarves are tough, and they knock out a Guardian and wound twice. There are 2 wounds on the last one. And so they fail their morale check. And this is hand-to-hand combat, so since they lost, they should be gone. No, actually, they have more than half units. So, yeah, so they're still good. And the attack vehicle goes to contest 2. And the Guardians come in. They can't quite get in base contact, but they are able to shoot the attack vehicle and put 3 wounds on it. Now the jump pack guys, they're able to take over objective 3. The Flamer tries to shoot them, and he does kill 2 of the jetpack guys. And this is the end of round 2. As you could see up here, we have the attack vehicle and the Guardians over here. Guardians are not doing so hot over here. The Flamer's trying to take care of these guys. And then you got the wing grunts hanging out over here. This was the original Dwarf area. This was the original Alien Hives area. Alright, so they don't hold 1. They didn't win melee by 3 or more wounds. This is a tough one. And of course this one I'm not too sure about how to play. The Dwarves do get objective marker 3, and they're going to try to hold on to it next turn. So they're going to get rid of this one, I believe. And so they get hold 3, seize 5, and seize 3. So this is just a lot of points waiting for them. But as it is, they got the 1 point, and so now they're winning 3-0. We go to turn 3. And Dwarves get to go first, and this APC is just going to run right over these guys. Beats them up. They fail their morale check, and he runs away. And so that's the end of the Guardians. These Guardians, however, they are able to hit this guy in close combat, and he fails his morale check and is gone, and they redeploy. And so they're going to hold on to objective 2 now. The Warriors go after the Flamer, and they just really bad defense rolling, you know. Yeah, so the Flamer is now gone. I've not had any good luck with the Flamer. So basically, the Alien Hives move up and snipe at the APC, put a wound on it. These guys move over here, but they really don't have a target. They can't see these guys. The veteran comes in and charges the APC, does nothing, just bounces off him. The Wing Grunts do take objective 4, and that's how we have it here. So the Alien Hives took objective 4, the Dwarves took objective 3, so they exchanged there, and the Alien Hives take objective 2, while these two objectives, objective 1 and objective 5, remain under Dwarf control, so it's still 3-2 as far as objectives are concerned. The Alien Hives did destroy units, so they're going to get a point for that, and these are useless. Taking and holding objective 3 is giving the Dwarves some points here, and they have control of 5. I don't know if I marked that right, but now we've got 6-1 in favor of the Dwarves. And so the Alien Hives now have seized 2, hold 1, and destroy it, so that's going to be useless. And the Dwarves, objective 5, have no units from your army within deployment, so that's a free point right there. Destroy 1 enemy unit in melee. Okay, so we go to turn 4. Here come the Dwarves. They do a wound to the veteran leader. Veteran leader goes after the APC again, bounces off as usual, and then the jetpack guys go after the Wing Grunts, and they wipe out everybody but the snipers and an extra guy. And the Wing Grunts are able to take out 2 of these guys, which was nice. But of course they fail the morale because they only have a morale of 5, and so they run away. And so these guys now can redeploy, and they take objective 4 back, I believe. The Guardians run over here to take objective 5. The APC tries to run over the veteran and is successful. And so this is the end of turn 4. You could see all 3 of these objectives have been taken by the Dwarves. These 2 objectives have been taken by the Alien Hives because of the Guardians over here. These guys did very well, but everybody else is destroyed for the aliens. And yeah, so really the attack vehicle, thunder support, and then some of these guys have been wiped out. And so they're able to seize objective 2, so they got a point for that. They have 2 objectives, so they end up with 4 points. The Dwarves get destroy 1 enemy in melee, and no units from your army within your deployment zone. I believe they're not in the deployment zone. Yeah, because this had to be outside. So the final score is Dwarves 11 and Aliens 4. I know it's a little messy. I tried to remember it as best as I could. I tried a different format by taking pictures and then putting it on here. It is a bit different. It is much harder more time consuming to do this format, so I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it. Let me know how you feel about it. But this is how the final board looks, and this is the carnage. Look at all the models. This is something that one-page rules really does. It probably took me a quarter of the time to play the game than it did to put this video together. In fact, it's probably much less than a quarter of the time. But look at the damage that is done. So many models were wiped out in this game. I think it's just more fun. You know, if you're playing a game and you're shooting and attacking and nothing is taken off the board, you kind of feel like there's nothing really being done in the game. But this game is very bloody. It is constant model removal, constant damage, and I like it. I'd prefer they don't tamp down or don't up the defense too much in future revisions. I think I like the balance right now and the way that it plays. I got to figure out the Alien Hives though. I'm going to try a 2,000 point army next, in which I'm going to bring a big monster, and we'll see how that works out. The Dwarves will be introducing their battle tank, so that'll be interesting. And so I'm going to go and play that game right now and see how it turns out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for hanging out this long. And please leave a comment, any suggestions of what you want to see in the future as far as battle reports. I just started using one-page rules, so really I have just these two armies. I am working on some Battle Brother armies that I got through Daka Daka, but I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go in. But I will start looking at Age of Fantasy. I have the Empire, of course the vampires are coming out, and I have some elves. So I'm thinking about doing a little bit of that, at least a skirmish game for the Age of Fantasy. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.